Time to be inspired yet again this morning. We are joined by Cape Town-based contemporary R&B and rap artist Luukhanyo. He's just 24 years old. He first appeared on the local music scene in 2020 and he made his mark immediately. He has grown from strength to strength in his performances and his songwriting abilities. He is a star to watch. He's also phenomenally good looking. I should have added that to the list. Luukhanyo, great to have you here. Thank you so much for joining us. How special does it feel to be here in this moment? You have an opportunity to perform to the people. How are you feeling?
It's phenomenal. I'm really excited. I think one of my favorite things about Expresso is it allows the platform for a lot of artists that are coming out to, go out there and broaden their reach. And I'm excited to be able to do that this morning.
And it translates to sales, but that's ultimately what we want. Download, download, download. But there is a reason why we love having guys like you coming onto the show. We get to be a part of that moment of becoming. Does it feel like that moment has arrived for you, or are you not quite there yet? Where are you in your own musical trajectory?
I used to see it as a journey that has a destination, but more so now I think of it as a journey, period.
100%.
And I think it's just about trying to grow from strength to strength, as you said, and knock off the milestones on my way.
It's often in retrospect, you look back and you realize, hang on a minute, I did that. Oh, wow, we've crested that hill. That being said, this all came to bear during a really strange time, especially for artists. Why then? Why during the pandemic? What transformation happened? What switch was flicked? What was that ignition that started this journey?
I think I've always been interested in music and I've always written and recorded music, but I never really released anything. I had released some stuff prior, but I then went on to rediscover myself as an artist, as Luukhanyo, during the pandemic. Because I had so much time to think and so much time to just sit and process what it is that I actually want to do through my music. And once I arrived at that point, I knew that I was ready to put it out there. And
the crazy thing is, we can see it. When you stepped into studio, I could see a complete product. Not just the artist anymore, but I can see there is a brand behind it. And I wasn't joking, the songwriting element is something that is so special. You can check, I'm getting goosebumps, and that's from remembering his sound check. How crazy is that? Just a quick catch up before we see this man perform a little bit later, just for you. Well, for me, but mainly for you. We'll see you now.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
It is your feel-good breakfast show, and what is a Wednesday without some music performance? We have Luukhanyo with us today, and you're about to perform a track called Venture. And when I asked you what is the name, you said it's still potentially a working title. Tell me a little bit about this song, because it is still unreleased.
So it's a song that's very close to home. It basically recalls a lot of the events that I've gone through the duration of my brief life. And also just empowering the people who may have experienced similar things to hold on. I mean, it gets better over time, so let's just stay there.
Definitely. And if there's one thing you hope people will take from this song, what is it?
I think for this one, just open themselves up to understanding that there's a lot going on in the world and there's room for empathy for everyone. And that we can all come together to embrace each other's struggles and embrace each other so we can move from those struggles to a better place.
Oh, well, listen, you speak poetry, but Luukhanyo is here to perform for you. Here's the track. It's called Venture.
Yeah. Family visitation on a sunny summer day. My cousin stuck in juvie trying to pray away your case. I'm trying to get my girl to cave and give away the cake. My father never taught me not to make the same mistakes. We barely made it with a belly full of bait. So sedated I could barely feel my pain. Trapped inside the ghetto, falling victim to my fate. Watching as my fellow adolescents stumble into heaven's gates. Love my chicken with some fries, split the bucket by the piece. Grandma pockets powder dry, we still found a way to feast. Making gravy out of grease. We struggle longest forever, for as long as I remember. We weathered the weather, I'm so comfy with goodbyes. Lost too many to the streets, know a couple in disguise. Running, ducking from police, couldn't wash this black with bleach. We struggle longest forever, for as long as we together. We'll weather the weather, it goes ooh. Life of the young and reckless. I was only about 13 in the scene and seeking some vengeance. Circling the block like we got no sense of direction. Lady in the city serving a paragraph of a sentence like, ooh, pouring out for my brethren. I'd have been to 14 funerals before I went to a wedding. Love my chicken with some fries, split the bucket by the piece. Grandma pockets powder dry, we still found a way to feast, making gravy out of grease. We struggle longest forever, for as long as I remember, we weathered the weather. I'm so comfy with goodbyes, lost too many to the streets. Know a couple in disguise, running, ducking from police. Couldn't wash this black with bleach. We struggle longest forever, for as long as we're together, we'll weather the weather. Yeah.